Count us down. 3, 2, 1. And we are live. Hello everyone and welcome to Pixel Stabbers. Today we got a list of the top 5 mirrorless cameras that you can get for under $1,000 in 2020. And a lot of this list comes from Jeremy because he's got a lot of experience using cameras and picking out cameras. So I'm excited to share this list in collaboration with Jeremy. So without further ado, let's go into this list. We'll start out with number 5, which is not quite as good as number 1, but we'll work our way up to the top 1.
No,
right?
I think depends on like who uses it. They're all equally good. It's just our own opinion on how we like. We gotta put it in,
Sure.
like,
I mean, it's a list.
5 fingers a lot long anyway, so.
I mean, it's a list, right? So you have to have like ordered list.
Yes.
But I would say they're all great cameras. That is true.
Totally.
In fact, the first one we're talking about is well, this one is very popular, right? So this one is the Sony A6400.
A6400.
Right. We can't have a top mirrorless camera list under $1,000 without mentioning this camera because this one is just well known, well recommended. You got a compact APS sensor, of course interchangeable lens. You got eye autofocus, 4K video, flip up touchscreen, perfect for vlogging, perfect for taking photos, and just right around the $900 mark. It's a great camera. So I love it. What do you have to say about it, Jeremy?
So the reason I picked this one is, for the Alpha 6000-ish series, the newest one is actually, I think, they have one which is better, which is A6500, and then they also have a low model which is A6300. Now, in my point is that A6500 is a little bit overkill. You don't need that anyway, and also I think it's more expensive. And the A6300 has a lesser field features. And for the reason I picked A6400 because it's a very damn good camera for photography, because it has a really good sensor from Sony. It's even a crop sensor, but it's actually very good. And on top of that, all the features and setup, like the LCD can be 180 flip, so it can be a very good vlogging camera as well as to shooting video.
Yeah,
I personally have the A6300 series as my webcam right now, so I know it's good.
Yeah, picture quality looks amazing. And there's some beautiful pictures of the camera. And
lightweight
flash as
it comes with pop. So basically, this is one of the cameras. Basically, you purchase it, you could do everything with it, from taking photograph, doing at daytime, and nighttime. You could put flash, doing videos and doing vlogging. It's all there, and even use a webcam.
Exactly.
So it's jack of all trades.
And good jack of all trades too.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
And it has, so that's why it's on the list.
Cool. All right, moving down to the next item on the list. This is my pick because I'm a Canon shooter. This one is the EOS M6 Mark II, which came out pretty recently to replace the EOS M6. And also,
really? It just came out recently? I didn't even know that.
Not that recent, but like six or 7 months now. And it's really good for vlogging because you got the flip out screen, flip up screen. This one actually flips up, not around. But what I like about this as a photographer camera, of course it does vlogging too, but you see the screen will flip up and you can use it to vlog. But as a photography camera, it's great because it has the APS-C sensor, so it's compact, and it uses the EF-M lenses. So EF-M lenses are really small lenses that are affordable and they're small, so they're easy to travel with. Like this lens here, this is a 15 to 45 kit lens. Look how small it is. It's very compact and it's a small lens. And of course, you got the image quality of Canon EOS cameras. So it's a well-rounded package. Not only is the camera affordable at $850, the lenses are very affordable. A couple $100 is typical prices for most of the lenses.
I see. That I don't know. I have no knowledge of Canon whatsoever. Never touch it.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the body style.
That's just me.
It's simple and it does what you need. And of course, we're talking about APS-C sensor, so it's small, and of course, it's mirrorless as well. So now you have something really small and compact. It's great for travel, and it has all the manual settings, so great for taking pictures as well as vlogging because you get the flip out screen there.
I can see that there's not much dial on top of the camera.
Yeah, keeps it simple. So you just have the mainly obviously the different modes and different scenes, and everything else you would have to touch the screen and then use these combine the buttons with the touch screen. Yeah, but again, you give up all the dials for something that's streamlined and simple and clean, and it's easy to look at and easy to use. So that's the EOS M6.
Cool.
Yep. And we can look at some of these pictures here, and then we'll jump on to the next one. This one is the Fujifilm X-T3.
T3. Look at the price.
The price is really good on this one.
That's why this is the reason why it's on the list, because the newest model is the Xt4, and as you all know, when you have a new model comes out, the older model will drop the price. We're talking about like you say $500 on this.
That's big. $500 is huge. That's 1/3 the price.
I know, this is like a pro level type of camera.
Yep.
When I say pro, it's actually towards the camera body and body build and quality of it, because is it aluminum body? Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. It's I keep thinking what material it is, but it's really sturdy. I know that because they have too many different materials.
Yeah, they do have a lot. Here, you're gonna get performance here.
Not performance. It should be.
It's just durability. Durability.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Doesn't say here. It says it's silver in color. Let me click on.
Anyway, I had one.
Yeah.
Because I know how good it is. It's lightweight. It's sturdy. And then basically I shot almost with this everything from wedding to portraits to lens. It's small enough that I could bring it everywhere, and then is good enough to do everything. So with that price, I wish when I bought it is this price.
Yeah.
I bought it at like $1,400. So this is a really good deal, and this is how I get into this list.
Wedding photography too. You can shoot.
Actually, there's a lot of wedding photographers do this using Fuji now, because the one special thing about it is that it's lightweight. When you are actually shooting wedding whole day, having 2 camera dual, and this will actually help your back a lot. Secondly, is that you for doing event, you don't have to shoot RAW. You can shoot JPEG with this, and with the JPEG, you can actually apply the film simulations on it. And literally, I've seen people who basically at the end of the wedding or event, they just pass down to the SD card to the client and they call it done. There is no post-work afterward because every single picture is stylized already.
Here's the body. So I think this is like magnesium alloy or something, right?
Something like that.
Yes,
yeah.
It's really well built, and we call it professional because what makes a professional camera professional is like it's able to handle the ruggedness that you deal with.
Yeah, when you drop it, you pick it because it's still shooting. That's what I'm talking about.
And I love the APS-C sensor because that allows all of these Fuji cameras to have smaller lenses but still perform really well. So they perform fast in autofocus, and also they don't have these huge lenses.
They're super fast with focus. So for events and capturing, it's super.
Yeah. So and the price just right under $1,000.
That's right, $1,000. So that's why it's on 3, because normally you can't really get this for $1,000. Look at the original price.
Yes, and it's a X-T3. It's one of the high-end Fujifilm cameras.
It used to be the flagship camera for Fuji.
Yeah.
So now
only
it's
replaced by the Xt4.
Yeah.
Which if you're just taking pictures, you don't even lose out a lot going to the Xt3.
Technically Xt4 and Xt3 does the same thing. On top of that, Xt4 has a flip screen and also have more advanced video features. Yeah. But if just talk about taking a picture and photography, Xt3 does the same thing as Xt4 does. So, but it's only $999, under $1,000. So it's a good deal.
Yep. And then the Xt4 isn't $1,500. It's a little bit more than that. So keep that in mind too. And also Xt4 does add image stabilization in body, but you're not going to miss that too much if you're focusing on just
there's a lot of debate out there saying that do you really need IBIS? Because if you know how to hold a camera, you don't need IBIS. There's a lot of people saying that.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next item on the list. Now this is number 4, or countdown. This is number 2 on the list. So we're getting there. This one is a beautiful, beautiful camera. This is the Olympus PEN-F, right?
Yes.
I didn't know about this camera before Jeremy showed it to me.
This is a drama for me. This is definitely drama. This is a very beautiful and stylish camera. And Olympus PEN has been a long history in photography. and this camera is just well built, well designed, well put together. Just look at it; it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, I mean this is probably the most beautiful camera in our list of top fives here.
Oh yeah, this camera almost dragged me into using Olympics. Seriously.
I mean there's a lot of dials here, a little bit intimidating, to be honest.
But that's the cool thing. I mean, before I actually start using Fuji's and stuff, I was in Sony, and if you look, like you said earlier with Canon, right? You streamline everything, and everything is inside a manual.
Yeah.
But that's actually not a good thing. You think about it, because when you're shooting, you want to able to adjust everything like right there, rather than take down your camera and then look in the menu and adjust.
Yes. Yeah, especially
with
if you.
that,
Yeah, especially if you look into the viewfinder, right? You just want to touch the dials and adjust it.
So with all that, it's cool. Now, one thing that this camera has and none other has, if you look at the front of the camera, it has that dial in the front. That's a color profile dial, which you could turn into color mono, art, and CRT. I don't remember what CRT is, but it's a different color profile. So you could actually turn as you're shooting. You don't have to, most of those features, you have to go into menu, or even even faster, they might have a quick menu for you to go in, but you still have to go into the menu and change that. This camera allows you to change it on the fly. How cool is that?
That is really cool. It's very unique, different, and it has some extra cool features to play with. Yeah, it's talking about the ergonomics here. Really
on top
cool.
of that, one thing it has had, the native sensor is 20 megapixel, I think. Right, but then it has a feature they could actually shoot A frames and combine them into a 50 megapixel images if they wanted to.
Yep.
So that's something that, as a crop sensor, they go using that against the full frames.
Yeah, very
I think
cool
one drawback on that is you actually have to put that camera on a tripod by not handheld, because you handheld, it doesn't matter how steady you are, you might have shake, and when they combine those images together, it might not have the sharpest quality.
Yeah, because you're combining several images together to get a super high resolution image. But yeah, this camera it's built like a masterpiece, a piece of art. It's well crafted, well designed. It's something that is very pleasurable to use, and if you're into the purists of just taking pictures, you will enjoy the intricacy of the dials.
I always miss those dials that has those the texture of the metal texture.
Yeah.
I've been missing that for the longest time, because they have not build camera like that ever again for the longest time. I think that's the reason why people love those Leica and really expensive German made camera, because they keep it that way. It's in the beginning, I don't understand why people have to pay so much for a camera, but same thing is a watch is a watch. Why people have to pay so much for Rolex, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the handmade and it's well designed. That's just like this.
Yeah. So one of the things that was interesting to me that you mentioned earlier, not in this video yet, but is Olympus going out of business?
Yeah, they are.
So why would you want to buy a camera if they're going out of business?
Well, look at it this way. When photography turn from film to digital, you will think that film are actually going out of business, right? But actually, film right now has become an art form. So in this type of industries, when something goes out, it become more artistic, more less is more treasurable, I think. So if they went out, meaning that if you get this camera now, which is under $1,000, right? Eventually, because if you study this camera, which is Olympic PEN, you know its long history. It's a legendary camera. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it too much. This is a whole different video.
Yeah.
So you purchase now, this camera will add you value.
Yeah. And it's going to be a
I'm
collector's
actually really
item.
tempted to get one. Yeah.
I am
really
too.
tempted to get it just because it's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Imagine that, and then you kind of match it with like a really vintage camera leather strap. Wow.
Oh yeah. You got that nostalgic vibe to it, classic. Yeah, it's a good camera, and it's very artfully designed and crafted. Like
I think
a
it has
masterpiece.
two versions. One's like pitch black, and one is like halftone silver.
Yeah, right here. This one is black. Yeah. All right, cool. Moving on to number 1 on the list. This is the most recommended camera from us for under $1,000. Actually, this one is under $600, and it is, drumroll, the Xt200 by Fujifilm. This camera has a 26 megapixel sensor.
I think so.
24.
Is it 24? 24.
No.
24.
Hang on. I gotta find out.
24.2.
Okay, there you go. 24.2 megapixels, 8 frames per second shooting burst mode, and it can do 4K video.
And has 3 different colors for you to choose from.
Yes, and what makes it interesting is that it's small, compact, but it still uses all the same lenses that the X-mount Fuji cameras uses, just like the Xt3 we talked about earlier. But this one is almost half the price. It's $600, but it's also got a very capable sensor and pretty much can do everything the Xt3 can for a lot less money, right?
It has more. It has a built-in flash.
Oh,
So it's on top of the flash shoe. It pop up is a built-in flash. So you know, you never thought that you need it until like you just walk around and someone want you to take a picture of them while it's dark and you don't have an off-camera flash or anything else.
Yeah.
And you just pop up that flash and bam, you got a clear shot.
Yes. Yeah, it's nice to have a built-in camera flash. Sometimes you just want to bounce it on the ceiling to get a little bounce light too. So nice to have.
It does 4K video, so technically it does everything a X-T3 can, but half the price. And the reason for that because it's the body build. I think it's more plastic-y on this one. But come on, man, we're talking about under $600. What you expect, right?
Yeah, but you got the touchscreen. Oh, what I like about the touchscreen,
it has touchscreens.
Yeah, and it's not the typical 4x3 screen. It's a wide screen.
Yeah.
It's nice. And it's a small, compact camera, but it's very, very capable. You get the APS-C, and it works with all the X-mount lenses, so you have the full arsenal. Plus, you got the beautiful craft design with the dials and the Fujifilm film simulator.
Oh yeah, it has that too. It's exactly what how X-T3 can do. They can do.
Yeah, for $600.
So that's why this is on the top of the list because for one, it's affordable. All the functions there.
Yep.
Plus more. It has a 180 field screen, touch focus.
Yes.
What else? What other I miss? Exchangeable lens.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what I miss.
It's got 4K video.
I did say that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very capable. It does everything the Xt3 does for $600. Let's put it that way. You know, it can do video, it can do photo, it can do 4K video, it can take photos at.
Oh, it has stabilization there. It's like digital gimbal, some things like that for video and whatnot. So.
It has some digital image stabilization. I don't think it's
digital gimbal. That's why it's digital.
Yeah.
Still, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's the main selling point of it, but as a camera, it's a great camera for still images.
It's not a main selling point. I'm saying that it's have everything. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. So it is a very well-rounded, and because of the price, that is why it's at the top of our list for a mirrorless camera.
So there's a couple
under
of people
$1,000.
do this. Like let's say, for example, if I have an Xt3 only and I need a second body, right?
Yep.
A lot of people actually purchased it over a Xt3 as a second body because it's half the price.
Yep.
You can actually use the X-mount lens as just like Xt3. So a lot of people actually purchase this for a second body.
Yeah, I see no reason.
For professional use.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a perfectly acceptable second body. I mean,
It is.
you're not giving up anything hardly for the, and you're paying a lot less. So you can't really beat that.
When this came out, Xt200 came out, right?
Yeah.
So Fuji has like a global promotion. They have a whole bunch of professional. I'm talking about professional photographers from landscape to most shocking is actually commercial and editorial photographer using an Xt200 to do huge production photo shoot. They print those pictures out like huge in a trade show, and you can tell like what camera shot it. So if people tell you it's from a $600 camera, say what?
Yeah, yeah. If you know how to use a camera, you have the right lighting. That's the secret of photography. You don't need a really expensive camera.
Yep.
You just
That's
need
why on our
camera.
top number one list here is not the best camera, but it is the best camera. Does that even make sense? No.
It's a great value, and it does everything you need to take pictures.
Well, actually, you have to define what's best.
Yes.
I think for your best and my best different. Your best probably it has everything clammed in, right?
I
Well,
need
this one
video.
has.
I need a flip screen for video. And this does
This
have
one
flip
has
screen
flip
for
screen.
video. Yeah.
This one has it. This one has it all. Remember way back, you look at it. You want this one for your vlogging camera.
Yeah. Does it have a mic input though? Well,
It does.
it's different
It does.
because it does. Holy shoot!
It does.
Then I mean this is great. I mean, of course, this video is more about photography camera, but
Yeah.
this does it all. So I guess what does define the best for you, Jeremy?
Shoot, you gotta be thinking now.
It's like a combination of the lenses too, right? And like the build quality.
Well,
the
to me, I
camera.
have to separate what's best. Okay, for work, or for me. For me, it's basically for me, for fun. Okay, for work, I would definitely go with the Xt3 because
Yeah.
you know when you're at work, you got a guarantee that you can produce. And if something happened and someone bumped into you, drop a camera, and your camera's broken, you can't able to perform, then that's a problem. So I will go with Xt3 because I know that because I dropped a couple times and it still works.
Yeah.
So that's a pro grade. That is pro grade camera. A lot of
Right.
people mistaking professional camera. What is professional camera? Oh, it has a lot of megapixel. Not really. It has to be big. Not really. It's just that the build quality. It has water seal, water resistant, as well as it's tough. So when you drop it or bump it, it won't crack and you can still keep shooting. Because that actually comes from the war photography back then. That's both and sport. Because they got bumping a lot, and then we're talking about war, right? You got a green desert, got dust and sand will go in.
Right.
You got to have weather seal, water resistant, as well as top body. That's professional. It's just not the day that other camera company is just kind of playing the megapixel war. So they kind of confuse people on when you have a lot of megapixel, that's professional, not necessary.
Right. So for you, your best would be the Xt3 if
But
it's for
that's
work.
just for work.
Right.
But for fun, I would definitely go with the Olympic.
Olympics. Yeah.
Because when I'm shooting it, I have to feel it.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. I would actually say my top two are those two as well. The Xt3 and the Olympus. Although the A6400 is really capable too.
Majority of people will pick the A6400 because of the specs.
Yeah. You got the specs plus if you have like an attraction for the lens that Sony has, then there's different lenses. Like every camera.
It's E-mount. And then there's a lot of third-party lenses. Manufacturer make E-mount lenses for them. So
okay.
you have a wide range of selections.
Would those lenses also equivalently be available on the Fuji's platform? They do,
Some
right?
do, some don't. Fuji, basically, one good thing and bad thing about Fuji is they make their own lens. They don't use third-party. So, but as you know that if you use a third-party lens, besides the cost, your image quality sometimes will be lag, right?
Yeah.
So if you use that, for example, that Sony has the G Master lenses, right? You can get yourself a G Master 2470, but you can also get like different brand from, let's say, Tamron or Sigma, whatnot. They also have 2470. But you know for a fact that G Master is much sharper.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but then Fuji kind of hold on their image quality. They won't let other people make the lenses. So
It's like Apple
they
products. They control. They control the quality.
it. So they to assume that the image quality is at the top now.
Yep. So pros and cons there too, right?
But then they are, because I'm in love with the 35 1.4, which is the 50 millimeter, the equivalent to full frame.
Yep.
The damn thing is sharp as hell.
I can believe that. Yeah. So I mean, all these cameras are great, and everyone will have slightly different choices. But we just want to wrap up by rounding you guys a list of the top 5 cameras you can buy right now for under $1,000 that will be amazing at photography, and I think all of them do video too. I don't know, does the Olympics do video? But all the other ones do video.
I'm not sure. I I wouldn't do video with the Olympics. It's like pure.
It does. It does
photography.
It does full 1080p.
Oh, it
video.
does. It does.
Yeah, so they all do videos. They all take amazing pictures. They all have interchangeable lenses. The choice is really up to you, based on what your needs, right? We already highlighted some of the pros and cons. For fun, you want something that has lots of dials, feels good to hold, and it's got like a vintage look to it, like the Olympus Pen. But if you want something that's robust for work, then go for the Xt3. You want something that a lot of people are using because of all the high-end specs, check out the A6400. If you're a Canon shooter and you want something that's compact, that's lightweight to travel with, then the M6 Mark II. The M6 Mark II, the lenses are cheaper than all the other cameras, I'm pretty sure, because the EF-M lenses are cheap.
Check like a 50mm lens and see how much it costs.
It doesn't have the 50mm lens on the M6, but you have like a 22, right? The 22 lens. It's a very nice one. It's f2 and it's 250, and it's very compact. So
that's cheap.
Yeah, so EF-M lenses are very small. They're not super robust because they're all plastic, but they're small, lightweight, and affordable. So, so each of these 5 cameras, they have their own kind of reason to be on the list, right? Whether you want something very compact, like the Eos M6.
It's for different people. It's for different type of people.
Feature rich.
For sure.
Sony. Workhorse, Xt4.
Good
for
deals.
The artist in you. Oh, sorry, the Xt3. And for the artist in you, the Olympus Pen. And then for the best value, Xt200. So
definitely.
Really well-rounded list. I say, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know.
Pick.
Yes.
So let us know you have other picks that you think it's better than this 5. We'd love to know about it.
Yeah. Let us know your opinion. If you agree, disagree, we love discussion. And of course, these are not the only 5 cameras you can buy under $1,000. It's just that we want to come up with our favorite 5.
Yeah, there's so many cameras out there right now that you can't even count. It's like, how many out there now?
There's too many.
Too many.
All right, guys. So that's our video. Thanks so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care. Make sure you follow us on youtube.com/pixelstabbers. And also on Amazon Live. If you're on Amazon, click that star, give us some love. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button and help us out. And we will see you guys next time. Adios. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Signing out. Signing out. Bye. And
we out?
Almost. One more. See you guys.